Greetings everyone, this is SteamTeamRedubUK, CC Trainor-Ling, here to bring you another episode review from Season 6 of The Loud House. Today's episode is titled, Save the Last Pants. First we'll discuss the plot, and then my thoughts and critiques with my final score. So, let's get right into it. In this episode, Rusty is put in charge of duds for dudes while his dad is away and can't hang out with his friends at the Games and Grub. When FaceTiming with the gang doesn't work, he brings them and the fun of Gus's to the store, which leads to him carelessly selling Tyler a pair of pants that were reserved for Mick's swagger. They manage to get them back, but can't fix them before Mick arrives, and yet, rather conveniently, Mick is persuaded into buying the very same pants and goes on to advertise the store on social media. Well, that concludes the plot of the episode, so now we come to my thoughts and critiques. It may have taken a long time, but we finally got an episode where Rusty was the main protagonist, and to an extent, it wasn't exactly a letdown. At least not until the end. But before I talk about that, I first want to talk about the standout character of the episode, which was obviously Rusty. The episode highlighted the most consistent parts of his character, such as him showing off his supposedly sick moves and thinking he's that good at dancing, and knowing how to be a knowledgeable and professional clothing salesman like his father. However, it became very clear he's not good at multitasking, and him trying to work and vibe at the same time led to him forgetting his dad's rule about the pants that were reserved for customer pickup. He wasn't paying attention and carelessly sold a pair to Tyler. Speaking of whom, and I don't know how much weight this holds, but I have to give some praise for the use of Tyler in this episode. Since his debut, he was always presented as a minor background character. Specifically, the DJ performing boyfriend Scoots had been dating since the episode The Boss Maybe. This time, he actually had relevance to the story, and he helped in driving the main conflict forward by taking some pants he wasn't supposed to take at all. This led to Rusty and his dog squad, a name no one approved of by the way, tracking him down at different venues until they finally found him where he was having his DJ gig. But when they found him, not only did they have to trade Zach's new shiny pants for the pair Tyler just bought, but the pair they got back from Tyler were intentionally ripped. This was bad because those pants were intended for Mick Swagger, who, like many celebrities, could make or break Rusty's dad's business with a single social media post. So what seemed like a quick fix turned into utter disaster when one zany cartoon mishap led to another as the kids were making their way back to the store. The pants were effectively ruined and beyond saving by that point, and it was all because Rusty couldn't put off hanging with his friends for just one day. Still, despite screwing things up for a famous client, Rusty's dad, at least initially, didn't come down too hard on his son, saying the spokesmen didn't get to where they were without making mistakes and then fixing them, which I do respect to a degree. However, the ending to the episode is something I don't really respect, and it all began the moment Mick Swagger arrived to pick up his pants. The ending came off as both rushed and underwhelming in my opinion. Mick was clearly dissatisfied with the pants he was promised, and rightly so, but then he was very easily convinced to keep them after Rusty said a one-of-a-kind guy like him needed one-of-a-kind pants. Rusty asked this rock star if he wanted to be yesterday's Mick Swagger with his old pants, or be today's Mick Swagger with the messy ones. I understand the writers were trying to incorporate the store motto Rusty and his dad spoke about earlier, which was, for satisfaction guaranteed, learn what a dude wants and what a dude needs, but they could have at least had a quick montage featuring Rusty putting that motto to good use by having Mick try on other pants before settling on the ruined ones. That way, playing upon the idea of learning what a dude wants and needs would seem more genuine. Mick could have come to the realization that he thought he needed regular looking pants because he wanted to be the king of edgy rocker fashion, but then discovered how he needed a change to keep up with the times and remain a popular influence, and actually wanted to try a new look. Obviously, we couldn't get that montage leading to that moment because the episode was running low on time, so the story had to settle for a more underwhelming conclusion, with Mick being quickly persuaded into keeping the ruined pants. But hey, at least he put a good word in for Rusty's dad's business as a result of good customer service, so it was a win-win for everyone involved. I suppose the only other thing worth mentioning is the running gag of Mr. Grouse trying to squeeze himself into leather and being completely ignored when asking for help. It may not have been the funniest gag the show ever had, but it did teach one important lesson. Some people can pull off the all-leather look, and some simply cannot, and Mr. Grouse is definitely the latter. Overall, for this being Rusty's first ever solo episode, it was just sorta okay. It definitely played to the usual parts of his character, and he did own up to letting his father down when he was given a big responsibility, but he did did try to put things right and ultimately came out as a winner through the power of overly rushed persuasion. It was great seeing Mick Swagger get another cameo, and also great having Tyler play a more significant role. I really don't know what else to say other than if you're a fan of Rusty, you'll definitely get what you want out of this one. But even if you're not a fan, I won't say this episode is bad, because it honestly isn't. It just needed a better ending, but by Loud House standards, the ending we got was as good as it was going to get, and that's just putting it nicely. With that said, I give Save the Last Pants a 7.2 out of 10. Well folks, that concludes my review of Save the Last Pants. As of this episode, all the guys in Lincoln's friend group have had at least one episode focusing on them, and we all know what that means. This means Stella is the last one in the group who is yet to have her own episode, and that one will be coming later during season 6. It will be called A Stella Performance, and I'm already sold on the title alone. Will it be on the same level as Rusty's episode? Will it be an episode where she shares the lead with one of Lincoln's sisters like the one starring Liam? Or will she more or less carry most of the episode herself like the one starring Zach? We will cross that bridge when we come to it, but for now, as far as this episode goes, what did you guys think of it? Love it? Hate it? Something you would add? Change? Keep it as it is? Let me know in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe to this channel for the latest Loud House content. That's going to do it for me. I'll catch you guys for the next video, but until then, this is SteamTeamRedubUK, CC Trainor-Ling, signing off. Peace out, home slices.